All right, you already know what time it is. Oz the plug, Cozy Boy Oz, Plug Talk. Cozy the shooter, swim team captain, Walter Off-White, Dwayne Fade, the shiesty motherfucker. Your mama always warned you about Scott Scalebreaker, Pee Wee, Bongway, Bobby Backpedaler, Hector, hate to see it, Vintage Victor, Greg, got it out, Sam Scumbag, live in the building, Skywalker, walking light in them hoes, Oscar, it's me and I am here, low-key Lulu, still trying to get paid in full, LL Cool Aid, busting your bitches' walls down, oh yeah, Lil Texaco, still blowing 93, yeah, that's me, and this week again, it's the nigga that paid. That kind of never goes away, to be honest with you. And a new name, it's Tatiana Shorts. It's me. You already know. Listen, I am here, and I'm ready to pod, bro. For real, honestly, I'm not even kidding.
No, Oz is ready to pod. We love the energy. We love to see it. All right. You know what it is. It's your boy, Swaggy T. Tim Halpert, I Hate Sean, Ashley Larry, the man in many monikers himself, which is in fact a moniker in itself. Stay with me now. It's the Coldest Dude Out. Giannis Antetokounmpo, DeMar DeFrozen, Jared Goff. Oh my goodness, that's 3. Hat Trick Mahomes, Le'Veon Sell, Dank Lucas, Benjamin Button is all going in reverse. Edgar Allan Poetic shit does indeed get scary, quite terrifying, damn near demented. Still the Coldest Dude Out is Sean Snow, Flu Holiday, Brick Saban, Greg Pop, your bitch, Sad Stevens. We coaching shit if you didn't notice. What else? We got Tom Shadam in the pocket cooling, Scramble Cunningham on the move, Rinse LaSalle, the cleanest kid on the playground, Joseph Styling.
Oh yeah, you can put out the whole catalog. Okay, I see you.
I can't use that every week. It's a little too problematic. Gotta throw it out there and let them know I'm nice like that.
Yeah, listen.
You know? And then the show where the growth has come from is Adolf Klittler.
You dig it in the archives.
That's the archive. That's the show where I've come from. You feel me?
Yo, he brought it back.
You feel me? I've thrown a lot of names out of growth. Right. Dennis Podman, I'm on the boards. Bar J. Barrett, Bank Nilakina, Stitchell Robinson, Kevin Flox, the flyest kid out, Coolest Randall, and we can wrap that up with The Wizard with Oz.
Yes, bro. Listen, I'm here to pod. That's all I got to say. But listen, let's start off with how was your week, my man?
My week was, once again, no surprise here. I had an excellent week, bro. I mean, on all fronts, you feel me? Like, it's really nice to be back in the swing of things. The Knicks are on a 3-game win streak. That's great. I got to do that, as much as I could. And, I had one night where I got to tweet. I was tweeting the game from the account. And then I was doing the halftime and pregame and postgame show. And then I did that and then hopped on and did the Knicks Wall podcast. And it was just like, wow, I'm like living the dream, low key. Yeah. So that's a blast. And everything else is just going pretty well. You feel me? Made some minor adjustments to try to improve the pod and everything. We got some more visual shit going on. Yes. You feel me? Shout out to Deem in the building, making all that shit happen behind the scenes. But, we really podding, and that's cool in itself. Just, stepping up. Got a new pair of kicks. I think I got these sneakers last week, though, but I didn't talk about them.
Listen, it was always a great time to talk about sneakers.
Bro, you get a new pair. It wasn't that crazy.
The pickup feeling is great.
It's like, this is a new pair of sneakers, like a new addition to my arsenal. You feel me? So, I had an excellent week overall. I don't think I'm really. I can't think. I'm sure I'm missing a lot, but I'm great.
That's
really
great.
I'm
That's
blessed.
great to hear.
I can't say enough. How was your week?
Bro, life is so good when you're not stressed at work. Oof. It's amazing. You get what I'm saying? I should have done this a while ago. I'm having a great time. It was great, early in the week, looking a little homeless, but you already know the swim team captain is back in full effect, bro. And Dwayne Fade coming right next to him.
Dwayne Fade is in the building.
Listen, I'm here. And then I got my thought shorts on. I'm feeling great. The thighs is out. Listen. I'm feeling great for the most part. And just trying to keep positive in all aspects of life. Certain things will, obviously, get in the way of certain things and where you're trying to go. But as long as you kind of move that obstacle out of the way by, just staying positive, keep your mind up, keep your head up, and just doing your best and not focusing on perfection, bro, you'll be straight. You
you spitting. You really.
It's really like I've been trying to figure this shit out because when people say life is hard, I'm trying to make it easy for me. You get what I'm saying? Or at least easier. You know, you can't be perfect. So it's kind of like, all right, let's see like how I can make this, you know, something in which it's not as miserable as how other people make it sound. Like, man. Because there's a lot you can't control, and there's a lot of things you can do to really cope with that. It really is.
The main thing to do to cope with that is to stop focusing on things you can't control.
Absolutely not, like, you know, because that's comparison is a thief of joy, and that's just my motto on things. So yeah, just keeping it like that. Just doing the things that make me happy, and then just going after what I'm trying to get to. Like, so my week's been pretty straight.
That's excellent. We love to hear that. He didn't even say standard. You know,
like, my weeks are always like that because that's standard for me. But for the most part, yeah, that's a detailed encounter of my week for the most. Yeah. So, but jumping right into it, like, because I'm ready to pod. All right, I love a good troll. You get what I'm saying? I absolutely love a good troll. I love just, you know, doing something in terms of getting people riled up because it shouldn't matter. Back in the days when I was out here in these streets, right? Jerseys and rafters, though. Just let's keep that.
In the rafters.
In the rafters. But for the most part, I like it in terms of like in my past, I would do things like, you know, back in the days, it would be a big deal about body count. I'll literally date girls like, oh, what's body count? Just to get a rise.
Wow.
Yeah, honestly, because I'm like, yo.
So you're that guy.
Listen,
you were that guy.
No, because I don't care. I swear to God, I don't care. Some of my responses be like, okay, I don't give a shit. Like, you get what I'm saying? I'm wondering if you're real about it. Because I'm always asking people questions as if they would have to feel like they have to put a front on, if that makes sense. Stand by, because me, you already know, like, I stand by my word. You know, I stand by my words. So, or at least both words and actions, because, you know, if you see me do this shit, I did that shit. Like, I absolutely did that shit. So, yeah.
Guilty as fuck.
And that's okay. You get what I'm saying? That's okay. But for the most part, you know, I could see it in terms of where he was going. And if you don't, guys don't understand, understand what I'm referring to, Lil Nas X. And for the most part, the video, right? I have no problems with the video. However, I didn't see the video. It's not for me. I understand that. And I just keep it pushing, to be honest with you. Like, I'm cool. But the custom 97s. Now, I like 97s. Mm-hmm. And I was looking at that and I was like, you know what? No. I'm cool off that, to be honest with you. Yeah, as Deem pulls it up, shouts out to Deem, as Sean said, like, don't get me wrong, black and red is great. Falcons uniform when they just dropped,
honestly,
amazing.
Take those shits off the screen. I'm not gonna lie to you. Take them shits off the screen. Listen, look, all right, here we go. Lil Nas X, if you didn't know or haven't heard, is out here. He dropped a video where he was like doing real hellacious shit and, you know, dancing on, giving Satan a lap dance, all that kind of stuff, which me personally, I didn't speak on social media. I saw a lot of people having conversations. Cool. I'm sure this is one of those things where, as we spoke on last week, the people who are going to try to attack us and call us homophobic or whatever, I simply didn't watch the video. The video is not for me. I don't subscribe to content like that. One, because it's demonic, and I'm straight off that. You feel me? Like, no, regardless of what it is, I don't need to see anybody, regardless of gender, give a lap dance to the devil. It's really not my type of content. But if that's what you did, like, it's not the first time something like that's been done. You feel me? Like, if you're willing to take that route for your career, or if that's what you're on, like, cool. Like, do what you want to do. You're a grown man. You feel me? Like, you have that autonomy. I'm not gonna, you know. Yo, stop. Don't pull that shit up. Dead ass. I'm dead ass serious.
Yo,
like,
that's so wild. Yeah.
Don't put that shit on the screen no more. Sorry. But I don't tap into shit like that. Like, I'm good. I don't need all that demonic. Like, that's weird to me. So that's a weird angle to take. I don't need that energy on, like, none of that. So, but yeah, Lil Nas X, the Old Town Road artist, is collaborating with the streetwear company Mischief on a pair of Satan shoes. Only 666 pairs of which will be on sale Monday. The controversial kicks, apparently modified Nike Air Max 97s, are decorated with a pentagram pendant and a reference to Luke 10:18, a Bible verse about Satan's fall from heaven. They'll be sold for $1,018, which is nuts. The sneakers also contain a drop of human blood and a soul, drawn from members of the Mischief team. The company told NBC News on Sunday. Come on, son. Like, the video is one thing. You feel me? It's like, okay, that's you. It's not for me. I simply just won't watch it. But the shoes, bro, like, we're getting out of control. Like,
listen, like, the video is not for me, but like I started, a good troll. I get the story. I get the idea. You know, people basically made him feel a way about his sexuality coming up. Cool. I get the video too. Cool. Like you said, not for me. Gonna skip it. I understand the concept though. Like I said, I love a good troll. However, the shoes, yeah, you can keep those. To be honest with you, you can keep those.
I'm glad Nike came out and announced how they have nothing to do with that shit. Like,
yo, like, listen, wow. Yeah, like that is something in which, like, it kind of, like, snaps back into reality in terms of a lot of collab shoes are really sample shoes from other companies. Like, they buy certain pairs for the most part of a certain shoe and then work on it, redesign it. You know, sometimes they start from scratch and then you put the Nike tag. And for Nike, it's kind of like, in a way, free marketing because it just keeps their brand, you know, in terms of the sneaker culture alive and honestly on top. But yeah, you can keep those, bro, to be honest with you. Because I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you like as if I didn't like grow up with, you know, being in a church. You get what I'm saying? So it's like that kind of triggers me in a way. Now, don't get me wrong. By no means am I a religious person like that, you know. But, you know, I'm gonna sit here and lie to you when I say like Conjuring was like great movie. Love scary movies, great movie. But yeah, I was like, all right, I'm gonna keep one eye open, son, because that shit was intense. And this shit is intense too, because a drop of human blood from the employee. Like, how did an employee like subscribe to that? Like yeah, let me get that.
What is happening, son? So yeah, you know, Nike came out and said we do not have a relationship with Lil Nas X. I don't know them niggas. Or Mischief. Nike said in a statement, Nike did not design or release these shoes, and we do not endorse them.
Yeah,
I'm really glad Nike made that statement and cleared themselves because yeah, like that shit is ridiculous. Like I said, the video is one thing, you feel me? Do your thing, have your creative expression however you choose to. I don't really intrude on anything like that. I'm very good at just not subscribing to what's not for me.
It's real simple, bro.
But the shoes? The shoes.
I guess take the same approach. I mean, that's all I can do, right? Because it's like, what I'm going to do, get upset? Like, I'll just, all right, don't subscribe to the shoes. Like, that's all I can do as well. Like,
but there's no such thing as bad publicity. Like, and honestly, I think that's where shit like this comes from because the video has been viewed more than 29 million times since it was released on Friday.
Yeah.
So it's like, and he came out and he said, y'all got to admit the shoe's hard. You cannot sit here and lie. I mean, like the video being viewed a certain amount of, but the thing is, people feed into that. People watch the video, they talk about it. We're on the podcast talking about it. It's the first topic we talked about. You feel me? So there's no such thing as bad PR. People are gonna get the shoes. They're only releasing 666 pairs, so they're gonna get them. Like they're gonna sell. They're gonna like it's the marketing or whatever. It's just like I don't know. At a point, like things in marketing just become nasty to me.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah, for sure.
But, I mean, it's not for me. Like there's people out there. Like there's this whole argument. Like. Beyond, because I don't really care that much about the Lil Nas X shit. It's a celebrity doing some celebrity shit, whatever. Like, it's really not that big of a deal. And honestly, with a lot of topics we speak on, especially celebrity ones, it really don't be about the actual celebrities or the actual things that are happening. It's about the effect and the ripple effect that happens on the timeline and, like, how it affects actual people and what they think and say. And, like, you know, just seeing the response to it and, like, the way that people kind of fuel.
Of course, it keeps it alive. That's why it's marketing. It's like, let me do some salacious shit to get the timeline going. It's provocative. It gets the people going, bro. People going. Like, you get what I'm saying? So for the most part, you see the play, but you know, like you said, there's certain things like in which those lines are crossed. But you know what? I'm not everybody. Like, there is nothing I can do to stop it. He wanted to move forward with his vision. I don't know if Lil Nas X has a specific kind of like hand in the design of the shoe. No clue. I'm just more concerned about those employees and why they agreed to that shit. Really, I'm like focused on that. But whatever. I don't work there. And chances are like, oh, so apparently I guess from, you know, one of the employees, not much blood actually was collected. He said, adding about 6 of us, the team gave. God.
About 6 of us on the team gave. First of all, how did about 6 of you give? 6 ain't that big of a number. Like, how many of y'all niggas gave blood, bro? Like, what you talking about? Like, about 6 of us.
I mean, it could,
6 of us is not that big of a number, bro.
Yeah, no, to be honest, they may not be a large, like, obviously, company in terms of the design team. It could be all of them who gave. And it's just
my thing is saying about 6 of us.
Oh, yeah, it's all 6. Yeah, listen, bro, like, it's either 6 or 6 or 7,
my nigga. Like, It's not about 6. Nothing. Like, that's ridiculous. Answer the question.
Yo,
Answer
absolutely.
the question and shut up, bro. I hate that shit.
Listen, because it's like when you think about it, it's kind of like, I guess they got caught off guard with the question. Like, my nigga, like, how did you expect a person not to ask that question? Like, about 6 or 7. Which one? Like how many people like you saw? Like, for the most part,
it's all just ridiculous. But I mean, that's really just how things go. And like I said, it's about how it ripples down the timeline and the conversations that end up being had, and so much stupid shit gets spewed out. And I feel like one of the main instances where that happened in this past week was with this whole Derrick Jaxn scenario.
Shit.
None of us actually care about Derrick Jaxn. None of us give a shit about Derrick Jaxn or his militant-looking shorty. None of us actually care, bro. Like, none of us give a damn.
This man said militant shorty. It's hilarious. But, okay, Derrick Jaxn, for the most part, I guess you can coin the phrase relationship guru. I guess you can use that.
Listen,
right?
Bro.
For the most part, he gives off advice.
He's the anti-Kevin Samuels.
Listen. Kevin Sandwich. Okay, in a coach off, right? Who would win?
In a coach off.
Is it like, Coach K, Derrick Jaxn, or is it fucking
these niggas is Popovich and Brad Stevens.
you feel me, or is it Nick Nurse over here? Like with for the most part Kevin Samuels. But like, okay, Kevin Samuels tells like a really straight truth. That shit's abrasive as fuck. At least it's the truth. Now he's wild. He's fucking wild. Don't get me wrong. That's
Kevin
some wild
Samuels
shit.
Has gone, and sorry to like stray from the Derrick Jaxn thing, but Kevin Samuels has gone past the point that I can rightfully support and be like,
absolutely.
Like before, at first it was like, well, these people are calling him, they want him, but like he told Shorty that she looked like she could be in the power I. He said she looked like a fullback, bro. Like, you don't have to tell Shorty she can run a 3-4.
Yeah, that's where it's out of control. But it's kind of like, okay, I understand like the angle, but that's a wide angle.
Oh my goodness.
But like Derrick Jaxn was flat out kind of more or less downplaying. Well, not downplaying, like honestly men bashing in terms of like what a man should do, what a man, typically is as far as where they, are in a relationship space, and just kind of like catering to, a idea that, this should happen for you or else he's garbage. And it's kind of like, well, are you explaining like what they should do to maintain? No. Oh, okay.
Of course not.
I'm selling books to women. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it really boils down to.
King with a different fight.
Listen, I've seen a couple of videos. I'm like, okay, nigga, you wild, bro. But then I realized, it's for the gram. The same gram you would post your videos and record on right after cheating on your wife. That's crazy. Oof. Nuts. Oof. Outside the crib too, fresh out, like Gucci Mane. Like,
so back to this whole internet thing. I want y'all to evaluate the sources of where y'all are getting shit from. You feel me? Because I feel like people would just see things on the internet and be like, oh, somebody said it, so like this is it. Or like, Derrick Jaxn said that men need to do this and that and blah, blah, blah. Like, stop giving stop putting so much credibility in these people. Like, because as you know, as we just saw, like he said all that, I could get on the screen and say whatever, bro. I can say whatever. I can get on this podcast and say whatever. Like, the man did all of that preaching, made this whole thing made this his platform, made this his angle, and then he in the streets cheating on his wife. He's just as not shit as the not shit man he refers to.
Absolutely.
According to this article, Jaxn originally claimed he and his wife were separated at the time of the affair and posted and deleted a video stating he didn't cheat on her. But in the latest video, while holding hands, Jaxn maintained that his
holding
wife
hands. That was a gorilla grip. That was a gorilla grip, son. I thought her hair was gone, bro. Yo, that shit was crazy.
Not blindsided by these claims. She had known about them for a while because he confessed and even left Jaxn because of it. So not only did he lie to the internet once, but then he spun the block and came back and lied to y'all again. And then came back holding his shorty's hand saying he lied twice. And that takes me right back to that little baby line where he looked at Jada and said, I told the truth that I've been lying.
And you know what? You got to respect that at some point because you would think that this man was perfect. You would think that the way he was like on the gram, like caring about. And this man was out here like with Instagram looking women. It's crazy. And it's like the ongoing joke was like the reason why he cheated is because his wife was, like you said, looking militant. That's crazy.
Bro.
Yo.
Like this picture right here, and I'm sure I've seen this picture on the timeline a couple of times. I haven't really clicked on this story or anything like that. You feel me? Like, but this picture right here looks nuts. Like,
yeah, that's a crazy
to show people, hey, like we're still like it says she has forgiven him, and they started a new chapter in their relationship. If you're gonna start this new chapter, take the bonnet off. Like I'm just whatever that is, or like the kufi or whatever it may be, take that shit off your head, bro. Like I don't know, like. It's one picture.
This man said Koofy.
Like, that shit look crazy.
Nah, I don't think she's even like there. To be honest with you, like I think she's like, I'm not gonna speak on no one's relationship. You know what? Take that back. I don't know what's going on. I just know, when I see a dude hold your hands and look at you like that, like yo, like we rehearsed.
Like we rehearsed.
Like that's insane. You get what I'm saying? And like I could tell, like from the body language, she's like she did not want to be here. And that's what I can gather, just from the body language itself. So it's like, yeah, this is all forced to save face, to make sure the book sales don't drop too far. You get what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, the persona he sold is a facade, just like most of these dudes that haven't told their homegirls they're crazy for doing the things they do in relationships. Yo, if your homeboy hasn't told you you're some level of, like, not smart, you see how nice I was? I almost used the S word.
Some level of not smart is hilarious.
Because it could have been, the other word, right? But I don't want to be rude.
You got to throw in foolish.
Yep, foolish.
Foolish.
Vocab guy. The vocab guy. But like foolish, then it is not sincere information to take in. You get what I'm saying? Coming from a dude that would be like, all right, this is happening, and here's the whole scope of things. Because a dude, more or less, will be doing something like this, seeming perfect, probably has some skeletons in his closet. You get what I'm saying? So if he seems as if he can't give advice on that level, chances are he's like full of shit. It's about it.
Look, I feel like I've raised some of my homegirls through certain things. Like,
you just got to, you got to save them for the nonsense.
You just got to keep throwing logic at them. Like, hey, that doesn't make sense. Or, hey, he don't like you.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? It's kind of like the way it's like you'll see videos on it, and I'm watching videos like, hey, he sounds like he's overcompensating for something. Maybe cheating.
I feel like with a dude like
you get what I'm saying?
If he builds his whole platform on this shit, and then like he gets on here and says these extreme things and doesn't ever offer perspective or anything like that, at some point, like, how do you not see through that? If you watch this person
because
this much,
it strokes the ego, king. That's it,
like,
bro.
I don't understand how you can watch somebody so much, like, to have such little discernment. Like, it's a shame. It's a shame. But these are the people who be telling us about their intuition. Their elite intuition. And they just subscribe to this dude who was cheating on his wife for
bro.
Oh, man.
Listen, let me tell you something about just looking over and like, oh, word? All right. Okay. that game that I have, A1. A word? Oh, all right. Word, say word? Yeah. Okay, he should pay all the bills, huh? Okay. Watch when he pays all the bills. He's gonna fuck all the women. Okay. You get what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, it's the lie for me. You get what I'm saying? It's the cover up, and then the cover up to cover that up, and then it's like, all right, y'all got me.
Like, bro, if you want to be outside, bro, just be outside.
Just say you outside.
Don't build a whole platform off being inside and how niggas is outside and they doing this shit. You feel
honestly
me? Like, he clearly want to put on some thought shorts too.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay, bro. Like, it's okay. Like, we all, you feel me? We all want to be like, go ahead, live your truth, king. You
That's
feel me?
it.
Like, be outside, get yourself a haircut. Throw on your thought shorts, you feel me? It's summertime. All the celebrities.
I think he's talking about me, guys.
Not even but I'm just saying, like, for dude to be out there like being all holier than that, like us, we got on thought shorts. We some pretty wholesome dudes though. Like,
you get what I'm saying? Because our girls are allows us to express ourselves.
Just be chilling, man.
You just be chilling. I really just be outside trying to look my best. That's it.
Look and feel your best. But then you got people like Derrick Jaxn trying to paint us out to be horrible people. Meanwhile, he's stepping out
in his Under Armour
marriage.
sweater, bro. Like, get the fuck out of here.
First of all, I don't know how y'all trusted somebody in an Under Armour sweater, but we got things to treat. Yeah, there's things I need to learn.
Yo, it's like, listen, like the dude with a fitted sweater, like, no, it's to not be trusted. But, what do I know as a man? But, digress, I guess. Like, I don't think that's sound advice coming from a guy that like knows how the life works. If your mans don't tell you the ugly truth about life, he's not telling the truth. Or he's like, oh no, this is how life should be. Yeah, no, life is this.
Some people don't want the truth. They just want to hear what they want to hear.
And to carry on as if this isn't a part, not even a part of life, like it's something in which it is just condemnable. Because of course he had videos about a dude cheating. And he's cheating. That's the part that kills me. So it's like, I can hear it, as far as like, oh, his advice is separate from his actions, but for the most part, I'm pretty sure there's videos about cheating and how women should handle it.
I just think it's hilarious how there were like think pieces from the cheaters all over the timeline.
Yo, because at the end of the day, they know they're like, this nigga's full of shit just like us.
No, by the cheaters, that wasn't gender like exclusive. Like
real,
there'd be women who were cheaters online, just
of course
being mad about shit like this.
Of course.
I don't understand, like, because a lot of times people fail to detach the issue from, like, what's actually happening. So, like, I do not give a shit about Derrick Jaxn or his militant-looking ass wife, as I said before. You feel me? So, like, people are going to war over this shit.
Yeah,
you are only projecting and discussing your own insecurities all over the timeline.
Oh, absolutely. People do that daily and they don't even realize that.
Stop. Stop. You're showing us for free.
Yeah.
No way.
Of course. Wow.
Hey.
Listen.
Hey, Derrick Jaxn. I don't give a shit about Derrick Jaxn and his militant looking ass life, but he is a hustler, bro.
He's like
Heal Together.
Yo, listen.
Heal Together. That's the book he's dropping. 50% early access. Heal Together. What? Way to come. Yo. Way to, like that is as a creative. It's topics discussed: how to heal from relationship trauma and know when you've done it, ways to know if your partner is right for you for your healing journey, and how to safely bring them into it. Must have boundaries to create emotional safety. Step-by-step plan to repair the ability to trust. Why forgiveness seems impossible.
Step-by-step
but actually
plan
isn't. Signs of future heartbreak in your relationship and how to avoid it. How are you selling people signs of future heartbreak? Yo, the man is a hustler, bro. The man is a hustler. He is selling water to fish right now, bro. He pissed off all the women and spun the block.
All 9 of my books for $15. That's a bargain.
Supply and demand, bro. Value is low right now. He's got to get it out there. He's got to pump it. Oh my goodness, yo. He's just like,
that's a bargain.
A cheating man's heart, a cheating man's heart 2, a cheating man's heart 3. Don't forget your Derrick
Don't
Jaxn,
forget your crown is crazy, bro.
If nothing else, Derrick Jaxn got a future in comedy, bro. He is relentless. I thought he was down and out. I thought once he got caught cheating after establishing his whole platform on bashing dudes, he was down. And he said, nah. Rebrand. Like, yo, what a spin.
Don't forget your crown is amazing.
Don't forget your crown. From the man who's stepping out on his wife.
Yo, he took that shit and flung it like a frisbee, talking about don't forget your crown.
Bro, his wife can't even find her crown. That's why she got that bonnet on her head in the picture. There they go. I shouldn't have said bonnet. I should have used a different word. They're going to kill me.
Yo,
whatever was on her head,
that shit is hilarious.
Whatever's on her head shouldn't be in her head in that picture.
Oh man, keys to self-closure course, $497 value.
I want to know how you like attach a value to a course. Like,
hey yo,
bro.
This course is $500, but I'll give you for the $50.
Yo, the true value of this course that I made up is fine. Yo, emotional needs mastery program 996. Hey, next time. I'm done with Derrick Jaxn, bro. I'm done with Derrick Jaxn because we'll go on forever because he's a hustler. We will talk about him all day, clearly.
Oh, my gosh.
These stock shorts, bro. Matter of fact, actually, I feel like, Derrick Jaxn and everything going on and, like, him rebranding with his wife, breaking up and things like that, I feel like it brings it right into, like, the sadness of us having to watch the Joe Budden podcast without Rory and Mal.
Okay, all right. Sad because the dynamic now is kind of different, obviously, for me, right? Like, I do listen to the pod for Joe and his takes, how he is. That's just me. But I understand a lot of people that care for the, Mal and Rory more than Joe for the most part, personality-wise. Yeah, Joe is very abrasive. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not, ignoring that, but, you have to see, like, for sure, Rory adds a spice to the pod as well as Mal. Like, when they get their shit off, when Mal gets his shit off, he get it too. That meme is fucking hilarious. Let me tell you something right now.
That is hilarious.
Photoshopping Rory's face on Harry and Mal on Meghan when they were interviewing Oprah is out of control and absolutely funny.
That's hilarious. That is hilarious.
Listen, for the most part, but it's they bring a spice to the pod. Like for the most part, okay. Even when I started this pod, like I didn't really want to just talk to myself. Like you get what I'm saying? I do that enough every day. I was like, hey, let me talk to my boy Sean with the mics in front of us because we have a great conversation and great rapport, and it adds an element to the pod idea at the time. Yeah, so I already understand as far as their contributions. But for me, it's like I understand, but I'm only left with Joe's takes, right? Because they're not there. And they're not really speaking on shit. Which
is not surprising at all.
Which they keep everything in-house, which is something I respect. For the most part, like as Joe really spoke about it on the pod. I've was listening, finished it today, and it's kind of like, the tensions between both of them and the idea, that he's listening back, and he'll hear, honestly, Rory's kind of like aggression. That shit was intense. Like that man, it was like challenging him to fight a lot. Like I was here listening. I was like, is he okay? And there would be certain clips I would watch, and it'd look like he's like either done crying or about to cry, like and it could be something that could be going on in his life for the most part, and that in itself kind of can affect the pod. So Joe reaching out and letting him know like, how am I to adjust this, and he sent him kind of like, hey, take some time off. And then he told Mal, and Mal was like, who are you to do that? So it could have. I know for a fact things were said after Mal said that. That's for sure. And because, let me tell you something. Yeah, as Park said, it didn't go well, on the pod. Because knowing Joe, he's kind of, he don't form sentences in the nicest way sometimes. You get what I'm saying? So.
I feel like, one, it's very unfortunate, you feel me, as somebody who listens to the podcast, and I actually watch it visually. I prefer to be in the room with them. So, I do kind of see where Joe is coming from a little bit on how, like, Roy's energy, sort of. Because Roy says it himself. Like, he's been crying out for help, or he's been, like, dying for this, blah, blah, blah. Like, so I definitely get that. Like, and even in terms of Roy challenging him, like, to fight and things like that, like, Joe has been abundantly clear, like, he doesn't play like that with his friends.
Bro, he's like, why you keep doing that? Like, I don't do that.
Yeah, so I could see why he would feel that way and, come to him and be like, yo, take some time off, or cool off. And I feel like, and as Joe said, he said that Rory kind of was with that. He kind of agreed. And I think that, the thing is,
that part he said Rory more or less.
Yeah, he said that Rory was like kind of. He said that Rory understood that and kind of agreed with that. Like was.
Oh yeah, like in the first episode. That part.
Yeah, like, and I don't really think that. Like, there's one. I mean, he may not give all the details or whatever, but you can't really. This isn't one of those things where we're even supposed to get all the details.
I'm not really looking.
Like, a sense of entitlement that like they're supposed to. No, we're not supposed to get all the details. This is friendship. This is business. There's a lot of details. That
none of my business.
Yeah, exactly. It really isn't any of our business. So people get a sense of entitlement to things and feel like they're not getting as much information as they should. But I don't feel like Joe lied to us. Like, I feel like that's what happened. I feel like he addressed Rory that way. And then when he addressed Mal did ask, who are you to tell Rory not to come in? And I feel like Joe probably responded, and he said himself, like, he didn't respond well. Yeah. And Park said it didn't go well. Like, he didn't deny any of that, you feel me? Like, he didn't make it seem as if so.
Yeah, like, he was like, because I feel like everybody wanted, or at least the consensus was, he should have felt like he should have beat himself more up. It's kind of like, no, he kind of just needs to, like, say what happened. You get what I'm saying? And then it sounded like he had remorse in his voice as far as missing his boys and, like, what and how he behaves in certain aspects in life. It's kind of like, okay, the running joke is Joe destroys everything. And it's like, it was a bad exchange. that's how it sounds, and I would be remiss if it would be anything more than that, bro. Like,
yeah, it seems like a bad exchange. They probably got to take some time and figure some. There's also probably business things that had to be figured out as well. So I mean, like, there's probably two sides to the coin. Mal tweeted and pinned and said respect is non-negotiable. But I mean, okay, yeah, respect is non-negotiable. That seems pretty consistent. Honestly, I saw that as Mal's spin tweet and didn't even think about the fact that it made it connect to the podcast. Like,
yeah, because that's how he always. I feel like that's
pretty similar to what Mal's spin tweet was before.
The only thing I saw was like, okay, the date is around what could have been or could have happened. Like, let's say like they just got recording and then I'm looking at the date, I'm like, oh, you probably said that.
No, I get it, but like it's just like that's consistent with Mal.
With who he is, exactly.
Yeah. So it's just like. And if that's how Mal feels in the moment, if he feels like he's not there because respect is non-negotiable, and he feels like Joe disrespected him in the response to that conversation, and Joe is able to come out and be like, "Yo, like I didn't respond well." You feel me? They're friends. Like they've been friends. They used to live together. I'm pretty sure they've had this happen before. Like there's not.
Yeah, I'm telling you, living with my best friend. Yeah. You're gonna go through shit with your best friend.
Like,
yes,
it's okay. It's just that millions of people or 1 million people are watching it happen and want updates on it every 3 days.
Yeah,
so
it's kind of weird.
That's why it looks different, but I don't think it's any different than that. And I feel like they'll be back soon. I hope they are back soon because Ice is cool. I've been following him for a long time, but I don't need to listen to his podcast with him on it. You don't even want to be there.
Yeah, no. You know what's crazy? Like listening to the story of Joe. He basically revealed how he asked Ice to do one, and I did listen to it. I was like, okay, cool. I'm listening to Ice. I would like try to get into him as far as hearing his voice as a podcast personality, and like literally the title is "I Don't Do Podcasts," and it seemed like they had a whole photo shoot and everything. And I'm like, okay. Hearing him again on Joe is like, oh, he did him a favor, and how Joe, how he explained, he was like, yeah, Joe was just driving. He was like, all right, I need you to do a favor, and then just pull up and he's like, oh shit. He's on a podcast, and how they're killing him, for the most part, is crazy too because of their absence. And even Joe tweeting out, I have therapy with Rory next week. Please leave me alone. Is with crying emojis. It's hilarious because it.
Apparently he deleted the tweet, but I mean, I feel like people are asking, is it true? Is he trolling? I mean.
I think he's trolling.
I don't think so. I feel like Joe Budden goes to therapy a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like his friendship with Rory is very important to him. I feel like he probably proposed the
idea to
going to therapy before that even. Like, probably said that's something they feel like they need in their relationship. I think that they both had discussed. They both go to therapy. So
together in a way.
I can't imagine them if they both go to therapy and they feel like there's a hole in their friendship or something. I can imagine them, especially for the sake of the business, going to therapy together. Like that doesn't seem very unlikely at all.
I understand.
He may have deleted it because maybe Rory doesn't want that to be shared. You never know how people feel about certain things.
That's true.
People are different and people view things differently and people act differently to different situations. But like at the end of the day, they matter to each other. They love each other. They're friends. And
absolutely.
It's a very successful podcast, and I don't think any of them is going to step away from that. I mean, yeah, people have their pride and people have their situations. Like, Mal says respect is non-negotiable. I'm sure there's going to have to be apologies and things figured out or different.
I feel like Joe was even sounding or full of remorse when explaining it, not trying to get into too much detail. It's kind of like, even how he explained it, kind of like, yeah, I kind of said some things, And it's like, all right, cool. So you recognize you a crazy nigga. You get what I'm saying? Like, and you probably said some wild stuff, in terms of something that, over the last couple of episodes, you hear him like, yeah, I'm flexing my ego now about what's going on and, blah, blah, blah. So it probably was along those lines.
And to spin this for people who don't listen to the Joe Budden podcast, like, I mean, if you like podcasts, if you're here, you might like the Joe Budden podcast. But if you don't like podcasts that much and you're just here, don't worry about it. You don't have to listen anymore. You're good. Stay here.
Yeah.
But nah, like for people who don't listen to the Joe Budden podcast, it's just like, things like that, like we said, things like that happen in friendship. So it's just like, you have to be open with your friends. You got to communicate. Like it's very important to just communicate and make sure you guys are on the same page. And everybody's got to be accountable for their shit. And like, because a lot, like we spoke on it on the pod not too long ago about how, like, especially in friendships with women, sometimes things will become bigger than they need to be. And then you guys will end up not being friends over small shit and things like that. So everybody just in all friendships has to just hold their own accountability and be understanding. You feel me? Like every friendships are relationships too.
Oh, no, absolutely. Like, it's crazy. Like, I learned that, like, last couple of years where it's like, you got to mean, like, I've been maintaining, like my friend group said, I've been maintaining like 5 years plus, almost all of them now at this point. And it's like, oh, you gotta like really like pay attention, check in, make sure everyone's good. Hey, what's going on? How's this? How's that? What's your plans over here? What's your plan? Like caring, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, pull up to parties together, give gifts, hey, checking in on you. How's everything? How you feeling? Yeah, that sounds like a relationship, bro, like for the most part. And, you got to maintain those, for healthy, mental balance overall. So, yeah, like relationships, including friendships are relationships. Absolutely.
Yeah, like they're definite relationships. So like that effort has to go into it. You have to be attentive. All of those things. Like if a relationship, whether it's a friendship or like romantic, whatever, if an interpersonal relationship matters to you, it takes effort on both sides.
And that's about it.
Just protect your friendships, guys. Like it's important. Remember to check on your friends. It's tough. We all have our own, individual stories and individual things going on. And even every time I say remember to check on your friends, I low-key be saying it to myself. Like, just so, like, hey, check on your friends. Like,
yeah, absolutely. Sometimes you gotta be verbal,
But honestly, that's part of why I hate how niggas destroy Clubhouse. I hate it because now, and it's partially responsible for the people. It's the fault of those people who were doing the Broward rooms all the time, stuff like that. And I called it as soon as I saw it.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's also Clubhouse's fault. Like, I feel like if Clubhouse would have like had a way, what they should have done, I don't know if it's probably too late now, but what they should have done was make it so you can choose who you get notifications for. Because I feel like at this point, everyone has just turned their Clubhouse notifications off. So if you start a room, nobody's getting notifications. Because
it was OD. Like, I think how they did it was the social media standard to draw, as we've recommended watching the social media movie, The Social Dilemma. It's like how they try to target and get people on their apps. You get what I'm saying? Like, oh, such and such recently posted. Oh, such and such just did this tweet, or some crazy shit on Twitter. Remember when Kanye said some shit and Twitter hit me up, and I was like, wow, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's a way of getting people on the app as far as the algorithms, because you outside of their app does not make them money. Mm-hmm. So how are they going to do it? In their version, it's kind of like, hey, such and such is in the room, such and such is in the room. But like their notifications were like unrealistic, where it's like they'll give me a list of people I'm just following. Like come on, first of all, that's a nasty fucking notification.
Names. I don't know any of these
like
people.
This is 18 names. I just happen to follow them, and you're telling them they're in rooms right now. I happen to
follow one of them, so you're telling me about this room with 18 people in it.
Yo, it's a
I'm
nasty notification
all day. Like I turn my Clubhouse notifications off and never look back, bro.
And then now you forget about the app. You forget it's there.
And now when I go on there and I try to start a room, like nobody comes in. I'm like, oh, because nobody's getting a notification that a room is being started because everybody's notifications are off. And
they shot themselves in the foot.
It's unfortunate because I am much better at keeping, like, that was cool. Like, even in terms of, like, meeting people who I didn't even really know like that yet. Like, even Dean being here, like, that was from Clubhouse.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you got to speak to people and keep up with people that way. I hate texting. I hate all that shit. It's just like, we can be right here. We're in the same space right now. And we can communicate. We can all talk. Everybody can keep up with it. I was keeping up with people who I don't even really like. You feel me? Like, it was just like, okay, cool. So it's unfortunate how that happened. But, it is what it is. Hopefully Twitter Spaces picks up and does something cool so that I don't have to type to you niggas anymore.
Yo, they be stealing each other's ideas left and right. It's
it's only a matter of time. I feel like that's part, the Clubhouse people will probably get paid somehow. They'll sell the whatever. Whatever happens needs to happen quickly because I've lost my interest in Clubhouse now.
Yeah, and they really shot themselves in the foot in how, like, that app went downhill. 18 names is a nasty notification, period. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. I don't want to see 18 names, even if I know them.
If I see 18 names, it better be my 18 best friends. Like, I don't need to, I don't need that information.
For sure. But it's not my app to run. Like, I get the idea. I'm just letting you know that shit was fucking terrible. And I shut my notifications off, and there's really nothing you can do about it. Out of sight, out of mind. It's still on my phone. I haven't been on in like almost a month and a half, maybe.
Yeah, it's nowhere near the same anymore. Yeah, sometimes absolutely. I try to go under to see, and I'm like, oh, yeah, no.
And it's crazy how they fumbled the bag as far as, striking while the iron's hot while everyone's inside, because we outside now. Listen, let me tell you something.
The dog shorts is on.
Yo!
Dies out.
Listen, I am outside, as far as how I'm getting it going, because at the end of the day, I'm an equal opportunist.
Breeze out, knees out. You know
Listen,
what it is.
You know, and I feel as if these shorts, women have the right idea. I'm not gonna keep you. I got a haircut. I got these shorts, and it's paired with like white Nike like socks, crew socks. I feel like that's the key. There's a short and the white socks. You get what I'm saying? I feel like you can't miss with that combination. And it's like for women to call it thought shorts because they know like we look good in them. It's like, you know, I ain't even mad at him, y'all. I embrace every second of it. I'm not gonna keep you. Like my girls been calling me all types of whores all week, and I have no problems with that.
Call me what you want.
But call me good looking. You already know I'm outside and I got a fresh cut. And where's the nearest beach? Where's the nearest beach?
Where is the nearest beach? It's
like,
hilarious.
Right now.
Excuse me, can you point me to the nearest beach?
Yes, please. Because we outside and with, everyone getting vaccinated, appreciate it, but I don't know about me. For the most part.
Vaccinated gang.
Yes. And no judgment here. I understand, everyone's different. And I respect it. None of my business. But I guess because I mind my business very well, I just say it with no type of it's like a reflection. And I'm not reflection, but reflex. Like, you just gotta mind your business, bro. Like, I live by those words.
Like I said, everyone's different.
So, but yeah, I'm outside and I'm looking great. And, I guess you want to know as far as the angle you want to take as far as the name of the thought shorts, right? And I respect it as far as, women not letting men have fun, which is, like when you brought that, I was like, yeah, bro, like that's been a thing for years, bro.
God forbid we enjoy something.
Bro.
What? Are they wearing sweatpants in the winter? Call them hoes for it. Sorry.
Yo, my bad.
Sweats.
Yeah.
Because you can't help but sexualize me.
Right?
Can you imagine if we tell women? Well, I mean, they do. I don't, but they do. They do tell women not to wear things because they can't help but sexualize them.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
It goes both ways. But it's stupid on both ends, just so you see.
But for me, it's kind of like, you know what? If it goes one way, I'll embrace the other. No problem. Listen, I have no problem. You're not hurting my feelings.
At all. If anything, I feel like a champion.
I feel great. I feel great because at the end of the day, it's how you feel. And like I said earlier, they had the right idea.
They were on to something, for sure.
Because it's, I've been feeling great. It's kind of like I've been looking good as far as, how I've been dressing. So for them to call it that is hilarious. And it's only going to put money in Nike's pockets because, let me tell you something. Niggas is copping. They're like, y'all like niggas who look like this in this? Oh, say less.
Look, one thing I feel like, and it's it's a heavier term, but a heavier tone, but it kind of goes into everybody getting back outside and the vaccinations and things like that. And it's just as the world opens, we're seeing more mass shootings.
Oh, yes.
And it's just wild how we really are desensitized to them. And it's really unfortunate, honestly. And I almost and it's crazy because we had one happen in our own backyard. Rest in peace to those who lost their lives in Storm and Douglas. Rest in peace to those who have lost their lives in any mass shootings. Honestly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unfortunately, we can't go.
It's a norm, bro. It's getting crazy.
It's happened at, and we can't give the proper respect to the victims and things like that because it's just happening too much.
Can't keep up.
I don't even know I know it happened in Colorado this week. But I can't really tell you where else. There's just mass shootings that happen. So some studies indicate that the rate at which public mass shootings occur has tripled since 2011. Between 1982 and 2011, a mass shooting occurred roughly once every 200 days. However, between 2011 and 2014, the rate has accelerated greatly with at least one mass shooting occurring every 64 days in the United States. Once every 2 months, a lot of people die in a mass shooting. That's just ridiculous, bro. That's ridiculous and unnecessary. And I don't know, but yeah, I don't even know. It's just really
no
sad.
words. Like you said, it's been desensitized because it's under the norm. Once out of every 2 months is kind of a crazy rate when there's 12 months in a year. So it's oh, okay. we're guaranteed like at least 6. That's crazy.
And honestly, I feel like that's light. I feel like that's a light statistic. I feel like more than that. There's more than that. I definitely think there's more mass shootings than that. Like,
there's already been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I guess. Yeah. Oh wow.
What? Florida.
Yeah, no, because of the dude that has like they were raiding his house for like kind of child porn.
2 FBI agents were shot and killed, and 3 others wounded attempting to serve a warrant. The suspect barricaded himself in his home and opened fire before shooting and killing himself.
Yeah,
that happened in Sunrise. Where do I be at?
Yeah, yeah.
February 2nd. I didn't even know that happened.
Yeah, so that is kind of intense because I remember getting that. I was like, oh wow, that I live very close to that place. You get what I'm saying? So for that to go down, I was like, yo, but it's getting crazy, that in the situation would be like a warrant. So it's kind of like, yo, those officers died in the line of duty, but like for the most part, having access to certain guns, because at this point it's kind of like my motto was like, yo, you might as well strap up because everyone else is apparently. So don't let me tell you not to cop, because it's getting crazy to like every 2 months. Yeah, you need to be okay out here, and that is my motto if it's going to go down this way, because it's, a higher accessibility to ownership to guns in the U.S. has the highest per capita gun ownership in the world with 120.5 firearms per 100 people. Like, that's a lot of firearms.
The second highest is Yemen with 52.8 firearms per 100 people. So we have more than double second place.
Yeah. Like, this is not even a competition. Like, niggas looked at the Second Amendment and was like, yeah.
Man, I don't know. It's really unfortunate. And then with the mass shootings, that goes, also one of the mass shootings was in Atlanta at the spa.
Yeah.
So, I mean, also, Dame Lillard wore a shirt on the bench, which I thought was really cool. The Stop Asian Hate shirt he wore on the benches the other day. I thought that was really dope. It is a message that definitely it's a weird topic. It's a very weird topic because, oh man, wow, it's a weird topic, and I feel like here it is just being spoken upon. But well, Stop Asian Hate 100%. Yes. But I feel like there are, I don't know, there's like a group of people that like are acting as if because it's not being as loud as the Black Lives Matter movement or whatever, that like we are a part. Like there are Asians who like really hate black people.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Like, yeah, I know.
It's strange. Like, so,
okay. Here's the thing. Stop Asian hate. Period. I'm not even gonna all lives matter that.
Not at all. Stop Asian hate.
That's
100%.
it.
That's not, any hate crimes are bad crimes.
But for the most part, the idea of when people of color, right? Basically, I'm using that term that's outside of blackness, because if I mean black, I'm just gonna say black. Mm-hmm. That's me. So people of color, which is the other minorities in my eyes when you use that word, when they call on the black voice because it's the one that seems the loudest when injustice is happening, right? That in itself is that needs to like not be a thing.
Yeah.
Because listen, we're fighting our own fight. Not to say we don't support you guys, but we're not going to carry you guys. That is not our place in addressing the things that are happening within our own communities, because you are not really a part of them. However, stop Asian hate. It's pretty simple.
Exactly. 100% stop Asian hate. And the thing is, the reason why I said it's a weird topic is because I feel like the people who are saying things like that, like saying that that the black people don't care or whatever, like calling on the black voice because it's the loudest, are the people who are the quietest when we need voices.
Of course.
Like, I don't think the Asians who are rocking with us in those moments are looking at us now like, yo, you're not rocking with us, because I feel like they would feel you feel what you give out.
Absolutely.
So it's like, I feel like those people there are probably people who don't like black people in general, and then they're just calling on the black voice now.
Because they want to be able to be taken. I take it seriously, but fuck me. That's always my motto. Fuck me, because I'm just one guy. But I guess the media coverage, right, and the fact that they want us more involved so they feel valid. No, you got to feel validated. You got to amplify that. You got to go out and protest, which apparently is like fucking illegal in Florida. That shit's crazy, or soon to be. But moving on, listen, nuts. Crazy, bro. These niggas be saying wild shit, and y'all they be signing papers. Like
they just be making up rules. Just making shit up.
But it's kind of like you gotta pull yourself up and strengthen your community within. You get what I'm saying? You guys already know how to circulate the money within you guys. First of all, y'all on every black corner to take the money and then move it around for you all community, which is something we need to figure out, kind of like how to keep the money within us, but that's for us to figure out. Now, as far as this guy and the support, you have the support from us. That I have not seen anybody, black say, or, say, hey, I don't care. Like, to me, it's kind of like, all right, yeah, it's a pretty simple message. We kind of ask everyone does, Black Lives Matter, and I would be remiss if I don't say stop the Asian hate.
That's my thing, because that's the part that made it strange for me. And I hate that I said both things at the same time, because it makes it seem as if I'm trying to say no. Stop Asian hate.
That's it.
100%. But I don't like the way that it's being spun as if there's black people out there saying keep Asian hate going.
Yeah, that is crazy.
That's
but
not really happening. We're not you're like any. That's why I mean you get what you put out, like you attract what you put out, because I don't think that there are black people that are necessarily. I mean, of course, when I say I don't think there are black people, that doesn't mean there's not one single black person.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's always out of every bunch, there's somebody who's gonna be whatever. But I don't think that the majority, or even regularly, it would be against the movement of stopping Asian hate at all. Do we put it on the forefront as a community and push it as if it's our own?
No. I said no.
Yeah, that's about it. That's what I say. We know. No. Sorry.
Oops.
Oops. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
And again, it's not like we're saying, since it's not the forefront of our community, it doesn't mean we're like, oh, it's not completely on a whiteboard. It's like off to the side where it's kind of like, all right, make sure you let everybody know stop Asian hate, and point them to the resources that they need to go to, coming from someone in the Asian community, so this doesn't happen again, and they can donate to whomever they need to. But I'm just going to share a link, and it's not going to go... I would share a link, but it's not going to go any further than that, bro, to be honest with you. So I can't fight your battles for you, flat out.
Most black people don't even fight the Black Lives Matter battle.
Yo, fam, honestly. Honestly.
Man, don't let them black squares fool you, Asians. They don't fight our battles either.
The way he says it's like the racial draft.
For real, bro. We don't fight our own battles, bro. Relax.
For real. And we got to figure that out.
That ass.
You see the pattern we're going here. At the end of the day, it's something in which we have to figure out, because it's a black problem. It's not a white problem, it's not an Asian problem, it's not a Mexican problem, it's not a Hispanic problem. It's a black problem, and black people are going to figure that out. Just like this situation is an Asian problem, and it's like, it's something.
Overall, there's societal problems.
Absolutely,
it's bigger than that. It's not just an Asian problem.
Yeah,
but it's
white supremacy kind of affects everybody.
Yeah,
that's just crazy. We got to figure that out.
Problem. It's all the same problem. We on the same team. That's really what I'm trying to say.
Fighting the same final boss, bro. That shit's crazy.
Yo,
so
we over here fighting the final boss at the same time, and then you turn and throwing a punch at us. Son, what's going on?
Yo, it's crazy, but like I said, stop Asian hate. The end. That's it. I'm going to leave it right there. I'm just going to leave it right there. So as far as free agency in sports, I think we're deep enough in the pod. Yeah, it's been 58 minutes. Sorry, ladies.
Sorry, ladies.
Yeah.
We gave y'all a lot of thought shorts and Derrick Jaxn.
Listen.
And Lil Nas X.
Yes.
And, mass shootings and Asian hate. So, sports!
Sports! Yo, listen. In Pat we trust. If you can get Vic Oladipo for that, son, Bandits, Ski Mask Hall of Fame. In Pat we trust. Listen, another executive of the year, bro. This guy's great.
Executive of the year?
Yes, listen. Amazing. Oh yeah.
I hate when y'all make me do this.
Yes. What are you talking? Never mind.
Don't say executive of the year, bro.
Go ahead.
Don't say executive of the year.
Go ahead.
Come on, son.
I can't be happy for my. I can't be happy for my
executive of the year, though.
Go ahead.
Executive of the year gotta go to whoever the GM of Nets is, right?
No,
bro. Like, listen, they're assembling the Avengers. Like, no one cares about that. That's he ain't do shit. He's just like, yo, I got KD and Kyrie and James Harden. That's not a hard sell, bro. Relax.
Yeah,
like, you get what I'm saying? But so then that means you don't get no credit. It sold itself. It's like going into a sneaker store and buying a Force.
It's one of the worst trades in NBA history.
Oh, you think the Nets are gonna regret it in the future?
Possibly, honestly, but it's just a really bad trade. Like that.
For both sides.
It's a really bad trade for the fact that there's nobody on their team anymore from the James Harden trade.
Yo, it's crazy.
They no longer have any players.
No, they lost everything.
In the trade were Victor Oladipo, Karis LeVert, Jarrett Allen, and
they got pilfered, bro.
I forget who the fourth one. None of those players are on the.
They got pilfered.
So now they just have a bunch of picks that, hey, if the Nets thing doesn't go well and KD doesn't stay healthy for long and James Harden leaves or whatever, and the Nets fall apart, and then 5 years from now they have their first round picks, that's great. But otherwise, like, this was terrible.
They gave everything up like within the last year and a half. Ever since James Harden was like, yeah, I'm trying to chuck the deuces.
This is one of the things that the NBA shouldn't have allowed. But as far as calling Pat executive of the year, I just think that's excessive, bro.
Okay, then who it goes to?
That's ridiculous. I mean, I feel like we have to see how the rest of the season plays out to even see where executive of the year goes. We just had the trade deadline. It was one of the busiest trade deadlines in NBA history. So it's like we had to see how these moves pan out and who was able to make. But it's just trading for Victor Oladipo, who is clearly being given away, doesn't make you executive of the year, bro. Like, let's stop. Let's stop.
Because
I didn't look. Everybody had the option to go after Victor Oladipo. Like, he was clearly being given away. I personally, as a Knicks fan, wasn't really sure if I wanted him for that price. It's like, damn, that's a low price. Yeah, how do you not take it? But it's like, is Victor Oladipo healthy enough that I want to pay him this summer? Do I want to give Victor Oladipo $20 million a year? Because you got to pay Duncan Robinson this summer.
Yeah, no, that's.
So you have big
happening.
Like, there's other things that do you really want to pay Vic, or did you just trade for this guy and then it's like, okay, but it's a low risk thing, which is cool.
It's a low risk thing. That's what it is, and especially when it's like the rumors for Kyle to be able to have Goran more or less come off the bench, which I like that. I like that a lot. Like when he is, you know me, I love a change of pace player. That's why I initially used to love James Harden when he was coming off the bench for OKC. He was kind of like, as soon as he hit the court, yeah, they go on an 11-point run. And I love that when they're like, down like 12-8 on a run from the old team. So yeah. Don't get it. Don't listen. You see pulled up the seedings. That's cool. Like we in the playoffs. That's all that matters.
4 seed.
We're in the playoffs
in March.
We have a track record of taking out number 1 seeds, no problem. Clearly, so like I'm not worried about it. But my point is to pivot away from
that opponent's point per game.
Listen,
oh my goodness.
It's the idea of pivoting or having a backup plan to the Kyle Lowry trade. Or, that situation, because the Raptors were asking for, yeah, no, you're not taking Tyler. Nah, no. Absolutely not.
I'm so sick of Heat fans, bro.
Look, that's fine. That's okay.
Y'all love Tyler Herro so much that you don't have James Harden.
What? Why can I not like Tyler Herro? Why can I not?
I'm not saying you can't like Tyler Herro, but you guys overrated the hell out of him, and now you don't have James Harden.
I never, honestly, personally.
Y'all could have had James Harden.
I'm not. I didn't
don't
want
say that. Don't say what you're about to say, please.
Didn't want James Harden on my
team. You didn't want James Harden.
Nope.
You didn't want to have a core of James Harden, Jimmy Butler, and Bam Adebayo. You'd prefer to keep Tyler Herro and let him shoot 33% from 3. Okay.
That's fine. He's a rookie. Well,
he's
second
not.
year. Ooh, wow, oh my God, I'm so far off.
Y'all also tried to tell me that Tyler
he's
Herro
a veteran now.
Y'all also tried to tell me that Tyler Herro is better than RJ Barrett.
Who said that? Me?
A lot of people.
But did I say that?
No, you didn't.
Okay.
But a lot of people tried to tell me that Tyler Herro
I didn't
is
say
better
that.
than RJ Barrett. I'm glad you didn't. I'm glad you know better and are
They're
not that
two
much
different
of a fool.
separate players. Like
and,
I wouldn't
and
get it.
RJ Barrett's a lot better.
Okay. Anyway.
Okay. Let's make that very clear.
Like one is a second year dude, and
the other one is a second year dude,
and he has a whole team they're building around. We're not building around Tyler. That's a whole separate situation.
Not that good. He's not.
We have our player. We have Bam. That's the team's core right
Julius
there.
is an all-star. Y'all don't even have an all-star. We have an all-star.
Oh yeah,
RJ Barrett's just better.
Listen,
RJ Barrett is better than Tyler Hero.
We'll see.
Best skill is 3-point shooting.
We'll see
and
how
RJ,
the playoffs play out. You guys are in it. You guys are in
RJ
it.
Barrett is a better player than Tyler
We
Hero.
will see how the playoffs play out.
All of his numbers are better. He's a better defender.
You keep saying things as if I'm giving you. We'll see how the playoffs play out.
I need you to just acknowledge that RJ Barrett is better than Tyler Hero.
We'll see how the playoffs play out.
Because you're saying that you didn't say that Tyler Hero is better than RJ, but you're also not saying that RJ is better than Tyler Hero.
We will see how the playoffs.
And this plays into how I'm saying that you guys really overrate Tyler Hero. And for you to sit here and still not say that RJ Barrett is better than Tyler Hero is very.
Why would I do that?
Because it's the truth.
Yeah, okay. We'll see how the playoffs play out.
That doesn't even mean, that still means nothing.
We will see.
RJ Barrett is better than Tyler Hero no
That's
matter
fine.
how much. Last year you guys went to the finals and we went home in March, and RJ Barrett is still better than Tyler Hero. It doesn't matter.
Okay. So then you'll be able to carry you guys through the playoffs, right?
Does Tyler Hero carry you through the playoffs?
Yeah, he was shooting lights out last year.
Did Tyler Hero carry you through the playoffs?
Carry? No, but contribute to the way that he did. Come on now. Okay. He was
contributing and carrying are very different things.
Okay, we didn't carry by anybody on the team, to be honest with you. Just keep it a buck.
So why are you saying that RJ has to carry the team to be better than Tyler Hero?
No, I wouldn't say better, but let's see what he does. That's it. Why can't you just let me leave it there?
He's averaging more points per game.
That's fine.
Averaging more rebounds.
Okay.
He's averaging more assists. He's shooting a better field goal percentage. He's shooting a better 3-point percentage.
Okay.
RJ Barrett literally does everything better.
We will see how the play. I'm literally just saying we'll see how the playoffs play out. That's it. That's all I'm saying. You won't let me just say that.
I don't know, bro. I mean,
you won't let me just say that real calm, no animosity.
He has a better career 3-point percentage, not the season.
Yeah. So then I'm just letting it go, as far as that, and we'll see how the playoffs play out. That's it. You guys are in it. I'm happy for you guys. Congratulations. You seem to have a actual squad this year with a solid coach. Dolan still collects his checks, so I'm sure he's still happy. So that's all that matters, right? We'll see how the playoffs play out. That's it. You know me. I don't really watch basketball until the playoffs because that's where it fucking matters. That shit changes completely. So we'll see. And now with the pickup of Oladipo with low risk, we'll see how this works out.
We will see how it works out.
That's it. That's all I gotta say, bro.
To
it. Really. Listen.
He said, "Who are these?"
Okay. Yeah.
Don't listen to Deem. He doesn't have a basketball team.
Listen. That's okay. That's why I was like, oh, word? Okay, cool. No problem. Pull up the Heat squad. Is like, who are these niggas? Yeah, I understand. You don't want a guy like, oh, it's okay. Okay, now you're just going down the bench. Like, these guys are wild. So,
Before we get on back, we gotta talk about LaMarcus.
LaMarcus pump faked y'all.
Listen.
Because all the Heat fans were celebrating like, oh, Victor Oladipo. And
Those are the Heat fans I hate too.
Victor Oladipo's thing was real cool because it happened at
real cool. I like that.
It
Real
happened
cool.
at like 3:01 p.m. and the trade deadline is at 3 o'clock. Like everything was going on. Everybody was anticipating shit all day, and the trade deadline passed, and then like there was like this real small headline like Victor Oladipo traded the Heat. It was like, yo, hold on, just squeeze that in there at 3 o'clock.
Hey man, listen, it's nobody's business until the deadline. It's like, yeah, we just picked this up, guys. But the Lamar Aldridge trade to the Nets. I feel every year there's always that team that just looks stupid on paper, right? And then they just get bounced second round. It was the Clips last year, right? That's why I'm like, playoff basketball is different. It looks good on paper. However, how do you guys play basketball together?
My thing is, like, the Nets, when they signed Blake Griffin and they signed LaMarcus Aldridge, and it's just like, okay, like, these people can only play so much. You feel me? Like, you're only going to get so much out of Blake Griffin at this stage and LaMarcus Aldridge. And, of course, when you add all of them, like, you raise your odds. Like, one of them might be good. Like, like...
One of them might be good. It's hilarious. Okay, they are veterans in the game. However, with most sports, it impacts your body. With everyone being surprised that Blake can still like dunk. That right there lets me know you are pretty advanced in life. At least in sports terms. Mm-hmm. Very young man in general in life. However, if there is an ongoing, joke as far as you being able to dunk the way you used to, chances are is not much bounce in that, aspect of the game, which it has to change for you. But trying to get that ring because, you were with the Clips, that fizzled out. You were with Detroit last, few years. That fizzled out. I remember the trade to the Pistons and everything. I was like, maybe, and nothing.
Well, the thing about it is just like there's certain subtle nuances in basketball that people don't necessarily think about. And don't get me wrong, I don't want to see the Nets in the playoffs. I'd rather not. I definitely don't want to see them in the first round, maybe the second round, cool, but like I don't want to see them in the first round because at the end of the day, you got to deal with Kyrie Irving, James Harden, and Kevin Durant. Like those three guys are, especially if you think about fourth quarter down the stretch, you just need a bucket. Those guys will go get a bucket. Like it's crazy. When we were playing them, we played them recently. It was just Kyrie and James Harden, and we were playing great defense. Emmanuel Quickly was playing some of the best defense I've ever seen in his life, and Kyrie Irving was scoring. It's Kyrie Irving. Like so, those guys are those guys. But I mean, in terms of like the Blake Griffins and the LaMarcus, super team type shit, but. I'm not worried about what the Nets are going to do because they added LaMarcus Aldridge. I would have preferred to see LaMarcus Aldridge, when I separate the part of me that doesn't want teams to be better than the Knicks, I would like to see LaMarcus Aldridge go somewhere like y'all, like where I see him add a different dynamic to the floor. He puts Bam in a different spot on the floor.
It's just another name, but that's
but when he goes
ring chasing, bro.
Yeah,
ring chasing.
Everybody goes to that same place. It's like when David West turned down $12 million with the Spurs to go take a $1 million deal from the Warriors.
That's insane,
it's
bro.
Ring chasing, so it's just like it happens. It lines up. It's the buyout market. That's how the NBA works. But yeah, like I wish you would in a 7 while I don't want to see Kyrie Irving, James Harden, and Kevin Durant. I wish you would in a 7-game series put Blake Griffin and LaMarcus Aldridge on the floor at the same time, or DeAndre Jordan. I'm running the pick and roll to death and targeting them all the time. There's a reason those guys got bought out by their teams.
Oh shit! Hey fam, don't even worry about it. You can just go. Here's your tab.
Bro, you can't move anymore. You are hurting us when you're on the court. Like
you can't move is hilarious.
It's a different NBA, bro. If I get a screen and you switch LaMarcus Aldridge onto me, I'm cooking him, and that's me personally.
Andre, Lakers. I saw clips from him today. He shouldn't have a basketball in his hand for more than 2 seconds, in my opinion.
Another instance of a guy being bought out. First of all, Andre Drummond is hilarious, and I feel like even for those of you who don't care about sports, it's cool if you actually stayed around to listen to this, even though you don't care for sports. But Andre Drummond is one of those people, like, he really treated his buyout market like superstar free agency. And I love that for him. I really do. He was like, I'm taking meetings. I was like, hey, bro, listen, you were just giving away, all right? Like, relax. You're not a superstar. But, treat it how you want. Like, you have your value is what you just determine it as. So, I mean.
That's true. No, that's. Who am I to say how you feel about yourself and how you value yourself? However, your knees also don't work.
However, sir, a team just told you to go home.
Don't worry about it. Here's your tab. That's crazy. That's a crazy thought. Because the goal is, I didn't get what I want. I'm going to move this contract. And the team said, you know what? It's not even worth the hassle. Just go home, Roger.
Well, get out of our hair. Thanks.
We'll just pay you out, dog, so you just go home. We don't even want you in this facility anymore. That
shit is crazy. Shit. But, him on the Lakers, though, I feel like that's a good spot for him. Me, personally, as a Knicks fan, I didn't want him. I just felt like, he just too much. I didn't want to pay him, all that stuff. I didn't want to have him long term. We have Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson just got hurt yesterday. It was very sad. But
I was about to tweet out, someone check on Sean. I'm driving.
Bro, that shit was crazy, bro. The man just got back, bro. He had a broken hand. He missed 15 games. He just got back. He was just getting his rhythm back. He had like 16 points, 12 rebounds, and 3 blocks the other night. I was like, oh my God, it's back. Fractured foot. Wow.
That is tough,
bro. The video where they told Derrick Rose after the game, I watched. It was, you ever remember?
And y'all just got Derrick Rose back too.
We just got Derrick Rose back. It was the game Derrick Rose got back, and then Mitchell Robinson got hurt. And it was like, can we not have our whole team at once? At all? It's not fair. We cannot. We just can't.
I still was like, that Derrick Rose pickup was still pretty solid. I like that pickup a lot. I was like, oh, Derrick Rose and Nick. Oh shit.
I can't wait till we get Mitchell Robinson back, bro.
They have the right veteran leadership because that man knows how to play the game of basketball. That's one thing. I love it when players come back from a crazy injury, like 2-3 ACLs, bro. That's crazy. And then still be effective in the game of basketball.
That's why that shit hurt him. I think he was triggered.
Yeah, because
Mitchell Robinson is out again with a fractured foot, and he was like, oh damn, and like he was about to cry.
Yeah, because like he really cared about basketball.
It's one thing. He really went through injuries, like going through injuries and coming back. That does a lot mentally,
bro. I knew that he was still like, no, he should still be on a team. You know. Bare minimum, like if he is in the starting five, he can start on certain teams and come off the bench on basically everybody on the others for sure. So and then to see how he can just get you like, you know, in some instances a double if you let him go. If he has the high hands, a triple double easy. You know, a 25-point triple double easy, right? To see that his game change because it's not as like crafty, I guess you could say before it was
explosive.
Yeah, because he was like called the contortionist at one point. And he can't do that. So he changed his game. Same way with Wade, my favorite player. He's just like, yeah, I don't move like that. However, I miss the buckets. And I'm going to get to it. And I'm going to make sure I'm going to get my people involved so they get to it too. Yeah, when I saw that pick, I was like, okay, that may be.
Speaking of buckets, I was making it rain at DS Sportsplex the other day. Oh my goodness, I was in my bag. It felt so amazing. Like it was like one of those days where like I wasn't even thinking, I was just shooting.
Oh, catch and shoots.
Not even catching shoots though. It was like one time I came down, I pulled up, cash.
Oh.
And I turned around and got a steal, and I got the steal, and I was looking around, and I was like, I'm gonna shoot from here. Fuck it.
Oh,
cash.
so okay, Mr. Curry.
One of those days, bro.
Dame. It's Dame time, huh?
Okay. When the jumper's falling, bro, I'm literally unguardable. Anybody out there that has anything to say about that can let me know. We can DS Sportsplex. I'm out there at least once a week. Let's get it.
Oh, open invitation, right?
Open invitation.
But yeah. So I mean, we'll see with the Lamar trade. Andre, relax. I mean, you got your team. LeBron and AD ain't there. Good luck.
I mean, when LeBron and AD get back, Andre Drummond's job is to protect the paint, and get rebounds. If he's able to stay within that, like
it's really
ring.
Yeah.
It's real simple, bro.
Yo.
That was the perfect place for him to go. Listen, come here, stay in front of the basket, block shots,
do not touch the basketball,
rebound, catch lobs, and dunk. That is it. Don't get outside of yourself. Don't start trying.
Getting outside of yourself is so funny.
Bro, LeBron James does the ball handling here, sir. Okay? That is it. Nobody, even the point guards don't get to handle the ball. LeBron James, all right? LeBron James is making...
The point guards are the point guards. This is LeBron James.
Dennis Schroeder gets to take some pressure off of LeBron James sometimes. But LeBron James, all right?
Absolutely.
So respect LeBron James. All right, yeah. LeBron James will not be dealing with Andre Drummond trying to dribble the basketball. He'll be fine. So that was a good place for him to go. That's a good pickup for the Lakers. Happy for them. Happy for Andre Drummond. I guess the Marc Gasol thing wasn't working the way they wanted it to.
Yeah, I guess not. But is what it is. Yep. Bro, they're getting on in years, bro. Like it's 2021. It's crazy.
I remember when Marc Gasol was young.
Yeah,
it was a long time ago. So.
Like, yo, you gotta go home, old man. Like Paul is still chilling in the house. Like, yo, you nigga, you still playing?
Like,
yo, like
old.
You know. So, like, yeah.
Yeah, no. Next heat tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
No Oladipo. But
relax.
Relax.
No, I know. You said it so quick, like
I'm just letting you know, there's no Oladipo.
I know. I got the report. Okay. I got the report.
All right.
Yeah. It's no Mitchell Robinson either.
I feel like that was an emotional stat.
Yo, I know. Listen, I'm making you aware.
No, I just said that I was aware that there was no Mitchell Robinson tomorrow. He hurt his foot. You literally said yourself, "Oh, somebody check on Sean." Now niggas is fake. You see what happens? You see what your friends do? That shit crazy.
Oh shit! But I mean, overall, yeah, I'm good.
I'm pretty good too. This is a solid episode.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't think Deem changed the camera very much.
No, at all.
Oh, you did? Oh, wow.
Oh, listen, check him out.
Talented,
so
man.
listen, shout out Deem.
Yeah,
holding down, yes, stepping it up and all that stuff as far as production. So you already know who it is. It's ours, the plug, Cozy with Oz, CozyShooter.com. Still out here. Got a new lens. I'm lit.
Ooh.
Yes. So yes, we outside with it.
And you know what it is, man. Hey, we step some shit up, man. If this shit went properly, you might be watching this on YouTube. Hey. Yeah, if not, then you know that YouTube is coming soon.
Yes.
But either way, you know, you're making some adjustments and shit, trying to improve, level up, all of that. So tell a friend, subscribe, all of that. Give us a 5-star rating. We're a 5-star podcast. Not being humble about it. Anyway, it's your boy, Swaggy T, Tim Halpert, I Hate Sean, the many, many monikers himself, which is in fact a moniker in itself. The Coldest Dude Out, Science, Tanakupo, DeMar DeFrozen, Jerry Koff, Hat-Trick Mahomes. That's 3. Le'Veon Sell, Dank Lucas, Edgar Allan Poetics. Shit does indeed get scary, quite terrifying, damn near demented. Ask about it. No, Benjamin Button, it's all going in reverse, so I'm back to being cold. It's Flu Holiday, Sean Snow, Brick Sabin, Greg Poppy Bitch, all those other names, Dennis Podman, Bar J Barrett, I'll never forget that. He's hooping. I'm so proud of him. Coolest Randall. And Dennis Podman. And
you said that.
I said that. All right. The Wizard with Oz. Rinse us out also. I'm going to clean this kid out. I can never forget this. You see this jacket?
Listen, our shorts outside. We outside with it. You know, please, no catcalling. That's all I'm going to say about that, you know, because I deserve to walk in peace in my space, looking this good. I don't care. And then, yeah, you know, plug talk.
Hey, I'm about to get a haircut and a retwist, so don't let your shorty out the crib.
Listen, yeah, for real. So plug talk.
Perfect.